Okay, Samsung tablet, no good. Tablets, no good. What was I thinking buying another tablet? I gotta be mental in the head. Anyways, we'll see if the phone acts up. What's up, Kyle? Dennis, how you doing? Rancho? I went back on the phone. I'm gonna see if the phone screws up so I can just confirm that it is it. Oh, Alan. Well, if Melissa was here, she would tell you I've bought. This is my third tablet, and the last two tablets I've bought over the last couple years, I've always sold them on eBay a couple months after I had them because they're pieces of crap, and I can't stand them. I don't know why I bought another tablet. I got to be freaking mental because they don't work. Tablets are the biggest piece of garbage I've ever used. Maybe it's the tablets I'm buying. I don't know, but I got to figure out a way to get rid of this tablet. You know, of course, it's uh, tech support. They're a bunch of freaking worthless. I mean, I don't want to call somebody worthless, but I spent like 2 hours with them last night. And I mean, basically, they just kept telling me, take it back to the store you bought it from and have them exchange it. Like, the store I bought it from is 800 miles away. I ain't taking it back to the store. They basically, after being on with one tech support and then the next tech support, she goes, okay, well, can we turn it on and see if it works? I said, well, it could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could be an hour. I go, I'll just have to try. She goes, well, you know, let me go ahead and put you on with the highest level of tech support we have because you obviously have an app problem. Well, that tech support answered, got all my information, and said, okay, hold please. And after about an hour and a half of sitting on hold, I just hung up. Couldn't take anymore. I needed to get some sleep. What's happening, Carlos? Trucker Will. 960. Well, I can tell you guys what my actual deadhead miles for this load is. Let's see. You guys want to all throw up with me? 985 deadhead miles. And they have listed 909 miles, which I went about 58 miles out of route to avoid $228 worth of tolls. No, because then I went another 30 miles out of route last night to avoid $70 worth of tolls. So, yeah, so they're right about what if I'd have followed their route, their deadhead miles. But yeah, this is better. Then I'm here now. I've got freaking plenty of time on my clock, and
you have 6 hours and 53 minutes of remaining drive time.
6 hours and 53 minutes, but can't pick the load up till midnight tonight. And we're going to have freezing rain tonight. Yay! From late tonight to Monday afternoon. Yay! Me. If I could get the load now, I could be out of the up north here before that weather starts. But, you know, that's trucking. You're so close to home time, Rancho. What's up, Philip? Kyle says, stop buying them. They are complete garbage. Yeah, well. Part of why I did it, I was thinking YouTube, and then I could use my phone for looking stuff, and you know, like when someone asked me about, oh, what does Prime do with that? And I couldn't remember. I could have quickly Googled it on my phone and found out, so I figured that would be great. Plus, Melissa, her phone screen's all jacked up, so I got it so she could watch YouTube while we drive. YouTube and Netflix and stuff like that. But I don't understand why it won't work. Why? I mean, you guys seen I went freaking online for what? I mean, on a live for what? 30 seconds before it crapped out? Only if you're looking at stuff online or something. Put that garbage in the microwave on 100% for 90 hours. Gee. Where did I buy it? I bought it by my daughter's house in Fort Smith, Arkansas, from a T-Mobile store. Because I went in there. They had my T-Mobile account still on my business I sold, and it was always causing me some headaches. So I went in there to change the information, because I tried doing it on the phone, and again, trying to speak to them on the phone is like trying to speak to freaking I don't know what. Did TechSport have an Indian accent? I think it was Filipino. Not that that matters there, Alan. I'm rocking the hazmat right now, heading to Indiana in a few hours. Cool, man, cool. But no, my problem with TechSport isn't whatever accent they are, and it's kind of hard to understand them sometimes. It's the fact that I could go work for their TechSport. All they're doing is typing in what I'm telling them it's doing wrong, and waiting for the computer to tell them what to do. I mean, I can hear them doing it. So what is it doing? Oh, it's doing this. Did you reboot it? Yes. Did you clear the cache? Yes. Hold on. I don't know. I would suggest taking it back to the store and see if they can give you another one. Can I take it to any store? No, it's got to be the one that you bought it from. So, needless to say, I'm going to have to call today, now that I tested it and it's still not working, and deal with the tech support again. I got their direct number, though. Maybe I should give it to you guys, and you guys can all call them for me. Microsoft Surface Pro. What's a Microsoft Surface Pro? Geez, nearly 1,000 miles. Yep, Dennis. Yep. Yeah, Joe, she's about ready to be gone. They're going to screw you, did the same thing. Keith, I did some deadhead miles a couple weeks ago, and I didn't really get screwed. I didn't get as much I wanted to, but, it made it all right. No, I had a big talk with my fleet manager when he wanted me to do this, and he one of the things he promised, he goes, I promise it's going to work out in the end, it's going to be worth your while. And I told him, don't screw me. I go, I mean, one time, that's all, man. One time. I'll never freaking, I'll sit my ass. You want to starve me out of the lease? Starve me out of the lease, but I ain't going to ever trust you again. But he's going to take care of me. I know he will. And why I say I know he will is because Weekend Dispatch was so adamant about trying to follow he left a note saying, this guy needs this much money by this time. And he really tried hard. So, and he was worried about he got me there within $50, and he was worried about that. He was like, oh my God, man, I'm going to get screamed at. Oh, I'm like, dude, no, don't worry about it. You're good, man. You're good. Just tell him to chill. Take a chill pill. So it sounds like that I should be okay. And no, I ain't going to automatically assume. And see, some of these people who, get screwed by things like this, it's because they don't follow up. Because this won't come on this check. The deadhead miles is going to be on either next check or the check after that. And I make myself notes. And if I don't see it, I call. What's going on with this? He'll look it up. He'll say, okay, it's been processed. It should be there. I'll wait. If I don't get it, I'll call it. And sometimes they got to keep getting them to press that button. And a lot of people, they'll just assume they're going to get it. And my last statement, I was $43 short on a washout that I paid out-of-pocket cash for. I was thumbing through, comparing notes, and this is the one I paid cash for. I called her, and she goes, well, you didn't do a cash PO. You just did a regular PO. I said, no. I tried doing a cash PO on the Qualcomm. It wouldn't go through. And so I sent it to my fleet manager, and he gave me a PO. He didn't do a cash PO. So he hit the wrong button, and it caused it to just generate it as just a PO for a washout, not a cash PO. So you got to stay on top of things, and you got to let them know when there's a problem. You know what? He throws $200 at me. I'm going to, whoa, no. And we'll have a big, long discussion on why that don't work. And You know, you just got to talk, and you can't yell, scream, cuss, holler, and act like a maniac or a child either. You got to talk to them like, you know, you are a business. You know, you are a business. Um, you know, as squirrely as I might be on here, when it comes to money, I'm very professional. Melissa ain't here to laugh at that. Oh man, you did 438 deadhead miles last week. Okay. Yeah, she's gone. I love that. She gone. I'm in freaking Wisconsin. It's frozen out here. At a McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box. What's up, Christopher? How you doing, my man? What's up with the big deadhead? Was there no loads where you were? No, Justin, there was no loads. I mean, Trucker Will, he was at the exact same truck stop I was, and he pretty much got deadheaded the same deal. So we'll see what he gets for his deadhead miles. Me and him are going to compare those. Make sure we don't have, make sure neither one of us get nailed. But when I was talking to Weekend Dispatch, when I finally got my load, because he gave me a choice of a couple loads, I even told him, look, man, send me south on a good load. It doesn't, because he was trying to get me something that is going to fall on payday. My fleet manager left you know, he needs this much money by payday. So there was these two loads, and I told him, I go, look, man, if you can send me somewhere safer, there's not going to be freezing rain. And 40-mile-an-hour winds running empty. Tomorrow there's going to be freaking 40-mile-an-hour winds running loaded. So hopefully I've got a decent load. But coming out here, there was 30. It called for 35 to 38-mile-an-hour winds. And then when you got into where I'm at, it was supposed to be like 41, but they weren't that bad. They were very. It was windy, but it wasn't that bad. Because I was totally expecting to have to shut down driving over here empty, and I didn't. I lost my train of thought. Damn it. What the hell was I talking about? Maybe let me look at. Someone asked. Damn, I had questions for you, Christopher. Or Chris. Change your name to Chris on here. I'll call you Christopher. I had a question for you, and now I can't remember. So I forgot what I was talking about, and I forgot the question I had for Chris. Damn it. Oh, what's up with the bit of that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. So I told him, and now I remember. So I told him, you know what? I don't even need it to hit on payday. It could hit the next day. I don't care as long as it's good. You know, $2 a mile is $2 a mile, whether it's going to hit tomorrow or going to hit the next day. Or the next day after, or you know what? It can run all the way till next week. I don't care. You know, it could be a 6-day run. If it's going to be a couple bucks a mile, I don't care. I'll run that sucker. But there was just some small short runs. He had a criteria he had to meet with me, kind of like what they were trying to do with Trucker Will there. They had a criteria they had to meet. But there was some other loads that we could have done. They just wouldn't have met our criteria. And, you know, happy truck driver, happy trucker? No, something. But yeah, it's, just get a cheap laptop and GoPro, David. Video would be a lot better, and you can edit like big YouTubers. I have a laptop. I had a GoPro until it got stolen. But I'm not into all that GoPro, dude. My wife messes with GoPro. It's her GoPro that got stolen, and she'll be there editing for hours. I'm just a little trucking channel. I'm not even really a trucking channel. I'm just a little goof. I'm a goof on the internet. And I'm not into major editing. I screw around with some of the editing software on the phone, but that's about it. You know, yeah, I don't want to spend hours editing, man. My main job is driving. Let's see. Take that junk to any T-Mobile store, they'll take it. Huh. I wonder if they would. What's up, Callie? Ain't you supposed to be... Oh, it's Sunday. That's why everybody's in here. I'm like, the hell? Ain't nobody working today? It's Sunday. The deadhead is what I am talking about. Okay, let's go back and see what you were talking about. They're going to screw you today. Same thing. Yeah, no. I figured that's what you were talking about. Nah, they ain't going to screw me on that deadhead, man. Trust me. Trust me. And if they do, Keith, that'll be the first and last time. Because he even looked at the last deadhead miles, because he goes, trust me, he goes, you've never done this. I go, yeah, I just did a 500-mile deadhead. He goes, oh, well, let me see. And he went back and looked, and he goes, ooh, yeah, that wasn't quite as much as I would have liked to see for that load. But there were some reasons for it that I'm not going to get into why it was like that. But it still paid okay. I mean, I still made revenue and everything. It just would have been better. But, he swears up and down that it's going to work itself out, so... We'll see, man. You can't just automatically not trust somebody until they prove to you that you can't trust them. You got to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. That's what I told him. I go, look, man, you've been doing this for 1,000 years. I just started doing this. I don't quite understand the whole concept you're describing to me. I go, but I'm going to trust you. I go, I'm going to trust you this time. So I got faith in him, man. I really do. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Sounds like you have a good dispatcher. Oh, thanks, Alan. Yeah, I think he's pretty good. Not much Rancho. Oh, okay, he's talking to them. Your dispatcher, John, will take care of you. He's also my dispatcher. Yeah, Jeremy, how'd you know he was my dispatcher? Did I tell everybody? Yeah, I think he would. I think he's going to. Hey, David, I tried logging into my Comdata card app. It shows my card is no longer active. Is Prime the next Celadon? And my effed. Just kidding, but seriously, why would that happen? That usually means that they're about ready to let you go, Roush. First thing they do is they shut your card off. Next thing they do is when you go in to take a pee, they'll sneak somebody over and they'll take your truck. Just kidding, man. Breathe. Stop hyperventilating. I was just joking. I don't know, man. That app thing, since they changed that new card, there's been a problem with that app. And things. I don't use it. So best thing to do is just call the app company or the 800 number or whatever and see what they want you to do. But yeah, this little truck stop has laundry. I'm going to do laundry today at least because I need to. And, dude, somebody freaking... I pull in this morning to get fuel at a Pilot. And I inside the truck doing my thing. And it gives me the number to punch into the pump. So I punch the code in. And I start fueling. And this guy next to me comes and looks over at me all concerned looking. And I'm like, what? And so he goes inside. And then I hear the pump shut off. So I get out and I look. And I'm like, oh, let me go... top it off, and someone's running from the freaking Pilot. I'm like, oh crap, what the hell? Is the guy gonna come shoot me or what? What's up? He comes running over and he goes, hey man, he goes, close the handles and you got to come inside. I'm like, I know this is a bad area, but are they shooting? What the hell? What do you mean I got to come inside? This was in Gary, Indiana. I stayed in Gary, Indiana last night at the Pilot there. So apparently what happened, and that's where I filled, that was my fuel stop. So apparently what happened is the guy next to me, JB Hunt, he went in to start his pump. I guess they can't do it at the pump, I guess. They have to go in, which, what a pain in the ass. And he told them inside there that it was pump 17, which was the pump I was on. So my fuel went on to his account. So I walked in laughing, and he was sitting up at the counter. I'm all, thanks, man. I appreciate that $300 worth of fuel. No, man, you got to give that back. The way he said it was almost like he was serious. I'm like, so I told him, yeah, I know. They're going to go ahead and unbolt my tanks. We're going to dump them upside down into yours. I wasn't as witty as I normally am because it was freaking 4:30 in the morning and I just woke up. But it took about half hour, 45 minutes to get it all cleared up. Luckily, I had time. They even had to call Prime because once she had to call tech support for their fueling station and figure out how to do it because it wasn't working right. And after she did that, she goes, well, do you need more fuel? I said, yeah, I need to do DEF and, reefer and whatnot. So she just opened it up as a cash account and kept my card. And I pumped it. And then when she went to run my card, Prime declined it. She's like, oh my God, no. I was like, don't worry. It's either your machine or there's a logical reason for this. I go, you're not, because it was like $350 worth of fuel and everything. I said, don't, because she was panicking like she's going to be in big trouble. So she calls Prime, the fuel desk, and what they did is they were like, yeah, no, we stopped that card immediately. We go, I guess their fraud prevention kicked in because I got 80 some gallons of diesel fuel, shut the pump off, and then the pump was restarted, and I got more diesel fuel, DEF, and then reefer. So they're like, well, why that? It just didn't jive. Oh, and then it was on a not through the pump and everything. It was through a live cash thing. So yeah, so Prime did their job of saying, no. We need somebody to call and explain this to us. But in the end, they paid her and everything's good. And I got my receipt and everything. She gave me a free soda too. $349 she thought she was going to be on the hook for. Oh, man. Fine, I guess. Haha, no biggie. Just got to watch my route and make sure my placards are flying away. Flying away already. Used my extras. Yeah, you need to clip those suckers in there, Rancho. Forget hazmat. I don't ever want to have to do hazmat. I probably am so far behind right now. I wonder if Prime's going to deduct all that fuel for the 900 plus miles that you had to Deadhead before you actually get paid for it. Deduct all that fuel. Let me see what. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, because that fuel was bought on the trip, my last trip. So yeah, they'll be pulling that fuel out because I did what I normally don't really do is I fueled up. I went ahead and filled the truck all the way. It was a good price, so I filled the tanks all the way up, even though I was pretty much at my 90 of my last stop. So I had plenty of fuel to get over here. But yeah, no, I'll be paying for that fuel before I get paid for that 900. That's guaranteed, and that's got nothing to do with Prime. That's just business. It's put on. It's put on the PO of the job I was running, and or even if it went on this PO for this trip's gonna pay before the Deadhead miles gets calculated. Now here's the thing. You gotta have money. No, you gotta spend money to make money, not have money. You gotta spend money to make money. Now, if you didn't have the money and it was gonna put your check in the negative or something, I'm sure you could get but $340. I mean, you shouldn't be putting in a negative. Let's say it was gonna be a problem. I'm sure they would front you some money, some dough, man. You can get advances. That's what I'm trying to say, in advance. Dennis is wondering what kind of hazmat load you are running there, Rancho. You probably already answered 20 minutes ago. Let me catch up here real quick. 1,200 mile Deadhead, got paid $350 till I took care of it with higher ups. We'll see. Yeah, see, I got paid $300 for 458 mile Deadhead, and I always say 500, but yeah, no, we'll see what they pay. That yeah, I would have been going to the higher ups too. These large Deadhead miles, it's kind of concerning to my mind in light of Celadon shutting down. It's crazy to think that there's no loads anywhere with the 900 miles that you had to drive. Well, again, Joe, you got to remember, we were trying to do a specific thing. We were trying to get me over $2,000 revenue by Tuesday. there was plenty of loads because I was like, well, I don't. He goes, well, yeah, if you don't want to go up there, he goes, I've got this, but it's it's only it's a shorter run, which I could have done a bunch of short loads and I probably wouldn't have made the 2,000, but and there was nothing coming out of that area. It's the time of year where things slow down a little bit. Yeah, the last thing I'm worried about is Prime going belly up. Yeah, Keith, exactly. Yeah, because I talked to my fleet manager and them, and yeah, they were moving a lot of trucks up in this area. He called it a fire zone. He goes, we need to get trucks up into the fire zone or something like that, where I guess they needed a lot of freight moved. Oh, and then there was some stuff where I just wasn't interested at all in going because there's freaking weather coming, and it's like, no, I ain't going that way in weather. Sorry. From what I hear, Celadon Freight might be taken by other companies. If I'm not mistaken, CLC is going to prison. Prime, I had to file for bankruptcy before nothing. Wait, Prime, I had to file for bankruptcy before nothing's impossible. That's why Prime is really new Prime today. Prime, I had to file. Oh, Prime had to file for bankruptcy. Yeah, a lot of these big companies do that, and sometimes it's just for work in the system. But yeah, I don't know why they filed or anything, but they did. I'm sure you can look it up. I'm sure it's public record. And nothing's impossible. Scare tactics aren't necessary. Yeah, I mean, would I care if Prime went out of business? Yeah, I'd feel bad for all the drivers, absolutely. But, you just move on and go somewhere else. I think it's just silly to think that, that's like saying Swift's going to go out of business. It really would take a lot, and there'd be a lot of talk in the news and things like that if a big company was getting ready to go belly up. Honestly, I prefer the style of... Honestly, hey Tracy, how you doing? Let's see. Honestly, I prefer the style of channel and video style you and Chad Rich produce. No need for all the editing, just my opinion. Yeah, I try to keep it simple. I like to edit some stuff into the video just because I got to get rid of some things. I don't know if some of you guys might be listening to a video and your hair go completely silent for a minute, or there might be a little music or something. That's because I had to fix what my mouth said. Thanks, Tracy. David, did you switch dispatchers when you went lease? Yeah, my company dispatcher does not deal with lease. They have company dispatchers and they have lease dispatchers. They don't intermingle. Same here, Nick. Well, what did Nick say that you're saying there? Seriously, David, take that piece of junk to the nearest T-Mobile store. They'll return it for you. Yeah, you know what I need to do is I need to call. I actually have... Actually, I still have the little pretty T-Mobile bag it came in. And I have the guy's cell phone number right here that I spotted and his email. I'm not going to show anybody just because... Did I just show it? No, okay. I'm not going to show it because that wouldn't be cool. But I'm going to call him today and let him know what's going on. And maybe I can just mail it and get a return that way. I don't know. Is there a tablet that would work that I should be looking for that will work for what I want to do? Using the computer, it's too damn bulky. But I like your channel. Let's see, Nick. But I like your channel. Your videos help with my depression that I have because of my TNT trainer. LOL. It's okay. I'm on my way back to upgrade as we speak. Been a long 3 months. Man, sorry about that, Nick. That sucks that your TNT trainer did that to you. Anyone hungry? Kiana's in the kitchen. I actually have gyro from last night in my refrigerator. I'm gonna be heating up. I got a gyro plate. You can make 2 gyros out of it. Does anyone know of a great paying tanker company? I don't. I think any of them hazmat ones are probably, like butane and things like that, but I don't know. Let me forget. Josh, don't make me do it, buddy. there's loads, but do they make money? Also, are those loads better for company drivers? Yeah, company, or they might need a team on those loads. Like I said, I'm going to trust my fleet manager until I can't trust him. And every time he does something goofy like this, is it going to work out to where I make a ton of money? No. Do I expect to lose money? No. Would I be okay if there was a reason it didn't work out and I kind of broke even? I would. Yeah, I would. Because that's business. Those are the risks you take owning a business. And even though you don't really own a business when you're leased, technically the way it's ran, you do. If you want to get the bigger paycheck, even though it's not much bigger, you're going to have to take some of that risk, and some of that risk could be you get screwed. Now, having said that, I'm only going to pay you this, and there isn't a good reason for it, meaning, there's just not a good reason for it, then we'll have problems. Because I was told things, and I expect those things to come true. Now, having said all that, guys, if I didn't get any deadhead money, this load still pays just over $1 a mile. So it's not a complete loss. I mean, I'm not losing money on the load, even though, $1 a mile. I feel like I'm pulling orange juice. But it's not like I would actually lose. Let's say they said, no, we're not paying you nothing. I still didn't lose money. It didn't cost me money to run this load. I didn't make very good of money, but it didn't cost me. I made, we won't get into that because it would just get confusing, because it cost me X amount of cents per mile to run this truck. And we're not going to get into that because there's too many variables that make it change, and it will start a debate that will be the end-all, be-all debate. Alright, there's Liz. Okay. Just look on their website to see if you need to have it. Oh, okay, you're talking to him still. You're in the fire zone. Just look at your beanie. Yeah, Josh, you're right. Oh, man. You can link your computer and a camera and then some other stuff to make it more portable and less bulky. You can link your computer and a camera and then some other stuff to make it more portable and less bulky. What are you talking about, Willis? $1 a mile counting deadhead miles. Yes, a little over $1 a mile, including the deadhead miles. I don't want to get into that, Josh, because if I do, I'll be getting messages of, well, no, it's this. Well, no, it's that, because it depends on the cost of fuel. It depends on, it depends on certain things. Your break-even point is going to vary. Now, I could say my break-even point on this job, on this particular load, but I'd have to do a bunch of math, and I don't feel like doing it. Did you ask about getting paid for deadhead? If I remember, they pay after a certain amount of deadhead. Well, yeah, absolutely, Kiana. When I was told that he wanted me to deadhead, that first thing out of my mouth was, oh, if I was on the tablet, I could read you what I wrote him and what he wrote me and how he explained how deadhead works. But anyways, first thing I said, are you out of your mind? I said, are they paying? And he said, yeah, you're going to get paid for it. And then he explained how it works, and and then we talked about it, and then we talked on the phone about it, and then I talked to Weekend Dispatch about it, because I was still halfway to Illinois, And I started thinking about it, and I started getting irritated and twitchy. So I called Weekend Dispatch, and I'm like, yo. How come he gets to go pick up his load? I want to pick up my load now. I started getting twitchy. I said, maybe we need to talk about this. We talked more about how this is going to work. I got $100 equalization pay a couple weeks ago, which was pretty nice. Wasn't expecting that. Prime dispatchers are all right. I just wish my FM covered my board 24/7. Yeah, no kidding. $1.50 a mile is about even. No, $1.50 a mile is actually good. Is good. You're making money at $1.50 a mile. Right now, Josh, a lot of loads are $1.30, $1.50 a mile. If $1.50 was break even, a lot of guys would be losing money. Right now, you guys got to remember, just like everything, freight goes up and down, and right now we're in the lull. Last year, when I was going to go lease, I was talking about going lease in November, and my company fleet manager said, no. He goes, you do what you want, but let me just say this. Now is a bad time to do it. We got winter coming. Freight's going to slow down, and it's just not the good time to do it. So I didn't. I held off, and you guys all know the stories and everything on what happened. But now I'm leasing, and I'm coming into winter, and I see it. It's slowed down. The cost has gone down a little bit, and things have slowed down a little bit. Am I worried about it? No, I ain't sweating it. Exactly, Sean. That's why we don't want to get into it, because my lead foot is going to make my break-even point a little bit taller than someone driving 55 miles an hour. It also, it's going to also depend on, hey, you know what? I came out of West Virginia. There's a lot of hills. This guy came over here. There wasn't, But being I was deadheading, I got pretty good fuel mileage. And Josh saying, including fuel, maintenance, tires, and insurance. All right, Josh, have a good one. Yeah, no, man, it ain't no $1.50 a mile, dude. If it was $1.50 a mile, a lot of people would be broke. Eric says, I'm on a $2.10 a mile Team Prime load now, and they're becoming rare. Yeah. Well, the other load I could have took was was a good $2 a mile run, but there was reasons I didn't take it. I also know somebody that was getting a load that was almost $3 a mile, I believe, and I think it was like about 1,000 miles or something like that, or something. It was a good load. There's still some out there, but yeah, it's rare right now. Again, I was warned about this last year. This time of year's goofy, and then when I did Ace 2, he also talked about everybody needs to start squirreling away money because winter's coming. So yeah, if you put some money aside, you're not going to be dying. Oh, cool, Eric. FedEx, huh? Kiana says, I did fairly well during winter. I didn't see any slowdown or dropped rates. I beg to differ, Kiana. I beg to differ. I remember you going, what the frig? That was the end of winter. That was coming into, I don't know, when does winter end? That was in, April? Yeah, exactly, Eric. $1.50 a mile has plenty of meat on the bone. Yeah. 2,400 miles. Nice. That's a nice load, man. My uncle is an owner-operator and runs dedicated runs for about $265 a mile. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, those FedEx loads can be tight though, man. You run your rear end off. I can beg all I like. I have no proof. That is true. That is true. That is true. I have no proof. Guy's over here throwing snow. What the hell? But, oh man. I'm so disappointed in this freaking tablet, man. I came on here to talk crap about this tablet, and we've been talking about Deadhead. Yeah, those. I did a FedEx load. John and I did a FedEx load. Hell, I've done a solo FedEx load. I've done a few solo high val loads. Now that I think about it. Yeah, exactly. That freaking, you got to run that truck. I mean, literally, you got to pee and fuel at the same time. Eric says, my truck hasn't stopped but for fuel. If anyone was wondering what I was saying. Just pointing out the obvious. Right, Kiana, right. Yeah, let's see. Rancho's asking Eric. Eric, I didn't have that experience with teaming. Man, I was basically making what I make now soloed. Now I didn't do it that long, only 2 months, so maybe that's had something to do with it. They claim the FedEx loads are scheduled for 50 mile an hour, but that's BS. Yeah, I don't know where they get these mile per hour things at, because it's never right. And then how come when a load gets picked up late because the shipper drug its feet on it, your 90 doesn't get extended? You still have to get it there within, you just have less time to get it there. Chris says, wife's at work means daddy daycare while watching David H. Right on. I'll keep a clean mouth. Yeah, there you go, Eric. 95 on a revenue. You can't complain about that too much. Heck no. Heck no. Should I just start throwing out a bunch of swear words since, I just said I wouldn't? You were company and teaming. Well, you still could bring in some good money company and teaming. Yeah, that's the way to go, man. Is to freaking train when you're leasing, man. You can make some good money but you got to be able to train too. You don't want to just throw somebody on there to get you miles. That's no good. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here because I really want to go do laundry. I'll probably come back later after I do my laundry. And yeah, you guys don't want to watch me do laundry. I mean, I could put the chest harness on and just walk around. You guys could be all, let's do laundry. But then you'd see my underwear and I'd be embarrassed and get all rosy cheeked. All right, you guys have a good day. See you later, Kiana. Bye, everybody. Oh, before you guys leave, hold on. Don't leave. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just hold on. David H., Melissa H., husband and wife trucking across America is our Facebook page. Don't forget to go over there and join the group. Also, my driver code is HAGGDA, HAGGDA. If you are coming to Prime and you think that you'd like to throw me a referral bonus my way, there's the referral code. I had something else I wanted to say too. My Instagram, it's at David H6571. Yes, Christopher Hagda, there you go. I can't remember. There was something else I actually was stopping to say, but I had to get goofy. But all right. Anyways, I forgot. I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you later. Boink. Okay, there we go. What is it saying? Ding.